Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're wondering, can you get a business credit card without a business? Absolutely. Now, the question is who will give you a business credit card without without business revenue? And why would you want to do that? All right. Now, here's the situation. You can get a business credit card without a business. So say that you're doing like freelance, all right? Freelance type of work. You can be a babysitter. You can be walking dogs. So there's an array of things that you can be doing, selling online. So there's multiple things that you actually can be doing to qualify for a business credit card. Now, here's where it gets tricky, because when you apply for that business credit card, you will be applying as a sole proprietor, okay? And then you're also going to be using your social security number, all right? Now, everything is going to be tied to you, all right? Now, here's the thing about it. If you max out those business credit cards that are under your name, it's going to hurt your credit. All right. Now, in reference to what would be the credit score that you need in order to qualify for a business credit card. Now, average credit score you probably going to need is about a 670, 680 credit score. And it also depends on the relationship of the institution that you're with. So say like you went after Chase, right? So with Chase, since they pull Experian for the business, right? They usually want you to have around a 680 or more credit score, all right? Now, that being said, you also have to consider that how many recent credit cards do I have, okay, on the personal side. Now, if you have more than 5, because Chase does that 524, meaning that you open 5 revolving credit card accounts within the past 2 years, then that may disqualify you. Okay, so some people are not aware of this. I'm just sharing it so you can understand it. Now, here's another thing that you do need to understand about that. In reference to when they say about the income. When you put down the income, you're going to actually put down your income, your overall household gross income from your personal income. Now, here's the thing about it. With some of these institutions, if you put down like basically a stated income. However, if you overstate your income and say that you go and you try to get a increase after you've been approved for a credit card or whatever, and they want you to update your income and stuff like that. If your original the income on the original application is not matching, again, sometimes they can ask for like an internal audit. Now, American Express is notorious for this. Yes, you can get a American Express business credit card without a business, okay? But they are very notorious for this. If you put down a certain amount of income and then you want to go for a credit limit increase, that's the reason I tell people, whenever you're trying to get an increase of income from American Express on your credit card, increase on your credit card, here's the thing about it. You only want to go up to 3 times whatever that number is. So if they already gave you 5,000, so you multiply that times 3, right? And so that'll give you 15. If you go over that, okay, then that can also cause a financial audit, meaning that they're going to want to see bank statements. They want to do a 45C, meaning they're looking at your personal taxes. But one of the good things about American Express, once you already have a credit card with them, you can apply for other credit cards without a hard inquiry. And even with the credit limit increase on the credit card, that's not a hard inquiry as well. Now, some of your low-hanging fruit credit cards that you may want to go for in terms of trying to get the best, the easiest credit cards. All right. The credit cards I just mentioned, Chase and American Express, FICO 8 credit cards, right? So if you have like authorized users, if you have rental payments, utility payments, subscriptions, they will not calculate into that, okay? So you have to keep that in mind. Now, also with those creditors I just mentioned, as well as Bank of America, like Bank of America, they will give you a business credit card. Usually they pull TransUnion, okay? Usually they pull TransUnion FICO 8, okay? So they themselves, all right? But those, again, those are FICO 8 cards. So question, if I'm gonna use just a sole proprietor and I'm using my social, I myself would probably not want to go for those cards. And the reason is, again, because they're FICO 8. And if I have authorized users, rent payments, and things of that nature on the file, then I want to go for more low-hanging fruit, right? And so in terms of you going for low-hanging fruit, you may want to go for like maybe a GM, okay? So GM business card, all right? And you can actually apply for the GM business card. Sometimes they'll pull Equifax, but most of the time they'll pull TransUnion FICO 9. And so what you would have to do, you would have to lock your first you go for the pre-approval, okay, for the GM business credit card, okay? And it's 12 months, 0% interest on purchases and balance transfers, okay? And so you want to do the pre-approval, see how much you pre-approve for, then open up another window and then lock your TransUnion file and then apply for that card. Like I said, sometimes they may pull your Equifax file depending on the region of the country. All right. So I have had it happen, but most of the time it's TransUnion. All right. Now, here's another thing in reference to another low-hanging fruit credit card. Then business credit card, I should say. Then you may want to look at like Capital One. If you have bad credit, like a 580 credit score, then the Capital One Spark business card, okay, that's the gold card. Now it's going to report both on the personal side as well as the business side. But you can get this card as a sole proprietor. Okay, and it's a very easy card to get because all you need is a 580 credit score. All right. Now, another card that you may want to consider is U.S. Bank. So with U.S. Bank Platinum card or their Altitude card, the Platinum card is 18 months, 0% interest on balance transfers and purchases. Now that card is usually a TransUnion FICO 9. And the reason I would go for that card is because they actually give you convenience checks to liquidate. So whatever you approve for, you can actually transfer that balance of the card over to your bank account as cash. One of the things that I would definitely tell you is instead of operating as a sole prop and getting all of these credit cards under my social, I would actually structure the business, okay? The reason is I would structure the business because you're able to get access to more business credit funding, okay? And that way you don't put so much debt, you won't increase your debt to income ratio. So like say if you max out the card and stuff like that. If you have any other questions for business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off of the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.